Happy, tappy, tasty Tuesday, everybody. This is Michele with Fun in Key West, and I am glad that you are stopping by to talk food. I love talking about food and Key West. Key West is absolutely a foodie town. We talk about that all the time. That small 2x4 island offers some amazing food to choose from, and lunch is no exception. So, if you're looking for the best lunch spot in Key West, I want you to stick around. We're going to cover everything from Cuban food to stone crab. And for those of you who aren't very familiar with Key West, it is the southernmost point in the United States, and it has this amazing street where is basically the heart of Old Town called Duval Street. And some of these restaurants will be on Duval, but I'm always encouraging you to go off of Duval and explore all those neighborhoods and all those amazing places off of Duval. And of course, we're going to chat happy hour because isn't lunch close to happy hour? I think it is. And live music, dining al fresco, meaning outside, especially in the winter months when it's not very hot. And then again, there's always air conditioning and fans going. And we're going to talk dinner reservations and all the tips, so just stick around. So why lunch when in Key West, and why does it rock so much? Well, if you've been to Key West, you know that this island has an amazing relaxed energy. It has fresh seafood that you can just watch coming in right off the boat and get cooked and served to you immediately. It has the historic Bahama Village that you can explore. And if you tune in to some of our other videos on our YouTube channel, you'll see Historic Marker Monday. And as you wander around town and check out those historic places, you can explore those neighborhoods and maybe find a new lunch spot that I don't mention here. Dinner is a little longer. Most of the time you're going to need some reservations, whereas a lot of times if you time it right, you're probably not going to wait at a lot of the places. It can be, or even have a shorter wait than a typical dinner would have, and it's probably easier to get a reservation for. So let's check out some lunch hot spots, and we're going to be walking along Duval here and a little bit beyond Duval. One of my favorite places to go, and this is always my first stop in Key West, if I can at all make that possible, is Garbos Grill. It's that food truck that you saw on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. It's located within the Hank's Hair of the Dog Saloon compound, I'm going to call it. Here you're going to have casual tables, live music usually playing at Hank's. They usually have a happy hour that you can check out. My go-to drink at Hank's is that white peach sangria, but grab a taco or one of their hamburgers there at Garbos and you cannot go wrong there. To time it so you're outside of the breakfast rush and you're able to maybe have a little bit more time to enjoy yourself, go check out Blue Heaven. Extremely iconic Key West. You're going to eat outside. You're going to have all the roosters and the chickens there. And you're probably going to hear a lot of air conditioning. As you can hear, I am in Florida, and as you can see if you're watching me on video, I'm in Florida, so you're going to hear the air conditioners going, but that's okay. We're in lunch mode. We're talking food. At Blue Heaven, not only are you going to have an amazing cocktail there, but you're going to grab some French toast, maybe their famous key lime pie that has that mile-high meringue. Maybe try some lobster Benedict or some spiny lobster. Funky patio, funky place to go. Even at lunch, you're probably going to stand in line, but probably not as long as you would for breakfast or for dinner. Over at Eaton Street Market on Eaton Street, you're going to get fresh fish, lobster rolls, probably some spiny lobster, stone crab if it's in season, and some pinks, Key West pinks. You can do the catch of the day. They have pre-made salads like shrimp cocktail or shrimp ceviche and shrimp salad. And you can go right outside on a picnic table and have your lunch. An amazing place to stop in. Can't get any fresher than Eaton Seafood Market. If you're in the mood to head over and explore areas outside of Key West, be sure to head over to Stock Island. And while you're there, you are going to definitely want to check out Hogfish Bar and Grill. They have fresh seafood from the harbor. They're known for their hogfish sandwich, and if you time it right, you might get to listen to some live music. They have a great view of the marina. Kick back, casual, go enjoy the afternoon, and just wander around the marina and go check out all that Stock Island has to offer. If you're looking for traditional Cuban food, you have Anna's Cuban Cafe and El Cibini. These are two places to check out, either for your breakfast pastry and your breakfast cup of your breakfast Cuban coffee or your cafe con leche or whatever you're looking for in the morning. But you have your traditional Cuban food there. You're going to have your Cuban sandwiches available there. You're going to have black beans that are amazing at either place. Of course, Cuban Coffee Queen offers a really funky vibe. They have 3 locations. Be sure to check out their location with the mural, get your selfie, and show everybody that you are in Key West. Of course, we talked about those breakfast sandwiches at Cuban Coffee Queen. Get a Cuban. There's nothing that says you can't have breakfast for lunch. Another place that's known for their hearty breakfast is Two Friends Patio Restaurant. They have their Bloody Marys that you can get. You can have live music. They've been a historic spot since, I think, 1886. Another place that has sort of that same vibe is heading out down Duval. And if you're in the mood for clams and something that is northeast meets south, be sure to check out DJ's Clam Shack. Like Garbos Grill, it was also featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. You're going to get your clam strips there. They have your conch fritters there. It's very casual, laid back, people watch while you're sitting there. You also have Santiago's Bodega. Depending on the size of your group, you might want to go online and get a reservation. But they have a tapas menu. So they do small plates. They have a great wine bar. No need to worry about it's not being breakfast. It's not too early. It's lunch. Grab some wine, grab some tapas. Enjoy yourself, have a casual lunch, and just enjoy the great food that's over there. I love popping into the Thirsty Mermaid for lunch. I just think this place is not given a lot of love during the lunch hour, but I just love that place. They have a raw bar, a great wine selection, amazing fresh food, and it's just it's a small place, so there's not a lot of seats, but I love going there. You also have half shell raw bar, so think picnic tables, view of the water, great raw bar. Again, if you time it right, you might time a late lunch, early dinner, but do a late lunch and grab their happy hour. They have an amazing happy hour that you can do as well. I'm going to do some special mentions here. Of course, you have Latitudes over on Sunset Key. You take the ferry to go over there. They still have a dress code if you head over there, but it's a way to experience Latitudes without being all in, and have more of a casual taste of it, more of a casual experience. Check out Cafe Marquesa. It's operated fine dining place, but they also do lunch. You can do their pastas are amazing, so be sure to check them out. I have a post over on FunInKeyWest.com about I wish lunch could last forever, because I love lunch at Bagatelle. You get a seat out on their front porch. You're high enough that you're on Duval, but you're able to people watch without being right next to them. And so I love being at Bagatelle. I love their food. I love their menu. And it offers such an eclectic ideas for lunch. So be sure to check that out. Places that usually close early, it would be Logrino, and that's down on the southern part of Duval. They're open early and usually close around maybe 2 or 3. But if you want to stop in there for a lunch, they have great lunch ideas, and they have an outside porch that you can sit on as well. Just down the street a little bit is Banana Cafe. So if you're in the mood for crepes and it's past breakfast but not dinner, walk in there, some amazing crepes, grab yourself an iced coffee to just enjoy that afternoon with. Of course, you have Waterfront Brewery over on the historic waterfront. And I don't talk about this place much, but you love local beer, this is your place. Grab a pint of Crazy Lady. You'll love it. Trust me, you will love it. But they have basic pub fare with a little bit of a Key West flair to it. And of course they have the fish dips and all of that you would expect there. But the beer, top notch. When you're out and about, if you're new to Key West or you're trying to figure out some of those things that you should try, obviously you're going to want to try conch fritters and anything that has conch in it. So you could do cracked conch salad, conch ceviche. Of course you want to try hogfish because it's got that unique flavor. It's really, really, I think, a great Key West dish. Of course you have Key West pinks, which are the sweeter shrimp. Over at Conch Seafood Republic Company, I talk about this all the time, but they have the Key West Reds. They are off menu, but you ask if they have them, and you can grab yourself some of those. Those are more meaty. They're almost like a lobster. That's a great place to check out for a lunch as well. Sit at the bar. It's not necessarily going to be happy hour, but you get a great view. Of course, you're going to want to try, because of all the Cuban influences that Key West has, you're going to want to try some of the Cuban food. Your black beans, that's a lot of those Cuban classics. A Cuban sandwich, your cafe con leche coffees, the pork mojo. You're going to want to do all of those dishes. And you can go over to Five Brothers, and this is an amazing lunch idea. Go over to Five Brothers Grocery, pick up your Cuban sandwich to go, and then head out and have a picnic. Head over to Fort Zac and sit there and watch the water and have a picnic. Great idea. Of course, a lot of places offer for lunch Bloody Mary bars. So you can go to the Breakfast Club too. It's over on Green Street, and check them out. They have amazing Bloody Marys. They open for breakfast and lunch, but they do the Benedicts, and they have those Southern biscuits, and they offer some amazing ideas that if you're just trying to decide, do I still want breakfast or am I ready for lunch, you can do a combination dish. And they close early as well. They close around, I think, 2 or 3, so be sure to check out their times that they're available as well. Of course, you can walk up and down Duval, and there's places you can grab a smoothie and then go check out some of the other places that you want to check out, and just wander and just take your breakfast or your lunch to go. There are happy hour windows, so sometimes if you have a late lunch and can time it, maybe you end up with closing out your lunch with a happy hour. So check out some of those times. You can head over to our website, FunInKeyWest.com, grab our happy hour guide, sign up for that, and then you'll be able to see all the happy hours. Of course, some places don't take same-day reservations, so be sure to check that out. Some require even lunch reservations, but some places are worth the wait. You can head over to places like Sarah Beth's, so you'll get that New York vibe with a Key West twist sitting there. I love all the rubber ducks that you have in there, and that's a great place to head over for lunch. Pair your lunch with some ideas to explore. So you're stopping in, you're having your lunch, so maybe you're heading over to Mallory Square to check out some of the vendors and all of the kiosks over there and buy some souvenirs to bring home. And so grab lunch while you're over on that side of town. And of course, you can head into the historic Bahama Village, and you have multiple restaurants in there, including Blue Heaven is there. If you're going to go down to the southernmost point or the Hemingway House, be sure to check out Moondog Cafe. Mary Elizabeth, hey, how are you doing? Glad you stopped by. This, by no means, as you can tell, is a full list of every place that you could have and go to for lunch. I try to hit those highlights of places that are on Duval and off of Duval that offer some really good food. Of course, you guys are going to tell me I missed Pepe's, I missed this place or that place. That's what I want you guys to do. As you're watching this or listening, because this will go into our podcast, drop in the comments. Let me know what I missed. Where do you go for lunch? Not breakfast, not dinner. lunch. Where do you head out for lunch? I'm always looking for places to either try or add to our guide. Like I said in the beginning, Key West is absolutely a foodie town. There are over 300 bars and restaurants in that tiny island that's 2x4. And you're going to see, Harpoon Harry's. Now, here's a tip. Mary Elizabeth put in Harpoon Harry's. Love Harpoon Harry's. They don't take cards. So, you're going to have cash. And if you forget your cash, they do have an ATM there. A great place for lunch. Good suggestion. I like that place. As I was saying, there are so many choices, so many places to go. You will never be at a loss. I think what's going to be the most time-consuming thing to figure out is what kind of food do we want? Because the amazing thing about Key West is they offer just about every kind of food that you can imagine. You have everything from sushi and Thai food to pizza and Italian food all the way through. Oh, yeah, Mary Elizabeth saying One Duval is another great place for lunch. Two Friends, yep. Four Marlins, yep. She's naming them all. Of course, you have some places, sometimes if it's in season, are open for lunch. Other times, if you're out of season, they're only open for dinner. So, of course, you've got 915 out there on Duval, and they have those seasonal hours. Just as you're wandering through in your morning stroll, check out some of those menus that are hanging out front. Figure out where you want to go and what kind of food you want, and get yourself ready for a fabulous lunch. I'm Michele with Fun in Key West. I am so glad you guys stopped by. I'm so glad that you guys are checking out our information. And Mary Elizabeth, I'm telling you, you just keep them coming. You've got the docks and mats and the salty oyster too, all over on Stock Island. Yep, you got to check those places out, along with, if you're heading over there, Hogfish, check them out as well. But I love that you guys stop by. I love that you guys have all kinds of comments and suggestions. I love it. Keep them coming. In the meantime, there are more guides over at FunInKeyWest.com. Be sure to check them out under where to eat. We have breakfast, lunch, dinner, all kinds of places, desserts, and I'm always looking to update those guides. I am Michele. While you're over there, be sure to sign up for our book club. Check it out. It's under the top there. It says book club, and you'll see what we are reading and what we have read in the past. So be sure to check that out. And be sure to sign up, because that gets you access to our private Facebook group, and we have all kinds of conversations about Key West and the books and everything there. Again, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. You guys have a great one. We'll talk to you later. Bye.